Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into something maybe a little unexpected. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, but specifically his economic thinking.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Most people know him for the Constitution, for social justice, which is huge.
Absolutely huge. But this economic architect role, it's often overlooked.
Completely. And it's not just minor stuff. He had a really profound impact on India's, financial structures, labor laws.
Okay, so let's dive right in. Maybe start with something foundational, like the Reserve Bank of India, the RBI.
Good place to start because, believe it or not, the blueprint, the intellectual groundwork for the RBI comes directly from Ambedkar's academic work.
His LSE doctorate.
Exactly. The problem of the rupee, its origin and its solution. It wasn't just theory. He analyzed the currency issues, the history, and proposed concrete solutions for monetary stability. He really offered an Indian perspective compared to the dominant colonial views then.
And this wasn't just like an academic exercise filed away somewhere.
Yeah, not at all. His analysis directly fed into the Hilton-Young Commission's work.
Oh, yeah.
And their recommendations were what led to the RBI Act in 1934 and the bank starting in 1935.
Wow. So the very concept of India's central bank, his roots in his PhD thesis, that's kind of mind-blowing.
It really is. It shows his grasp of, complex macroeconomics and, crucially, how to translate that into workable policy.
So that's the high-level financial architecture, but you mentioned labor, too.
Yeah.
His impact there was more direct for everyday people, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. When he was the labor member in the Viceroy's Executive Council, this was, 1942 to 46?
Right.
He pushed through some really fundamental reforms, things we take for granted now.
Like what, specifically?
Well, minimum wages, for one. Paid leave, that was pretty radical then.
Paid leave, really? Wow.
Yeah. And health insurance provisions, setting up employment exchanges, basically building a safety net.
These are cornerstones of labor rights today. It's incredible to think he was championing them back in the 40s.
He fundamentally believed that economic progress couldn't happen without dignity and security for the workers. They weren't separate issues for him.
Growth and Social Security.
Hand in hand.
Precisely. You need a healthy, supported workforce for a strong economy.
Makes perfect sense. And beyond finance and labor, he also saw the bigger picture, right? Infrastructure, industry.
Yes, very early on. He understood that India needed a solid economic base. He was a strong advocate for state-led investment.
In which areas?
Key sectors, electricity, irrigation, transport. He was particularly big on water resource management.
Water. Why specifically water?
He saw it as absolutely vital. Critical for agriculture, obviously, but also for industry. That kind of integrated thinking, seeing how water connected everything.
That shows serious foresight, especially back then.
It really does. Understanding the crucial role of infrastructure in driving the whole economy forward.
So tying this all together, his underlying economic philosophy seems deeply connected to his social justice work. Oh, completely inseparable. You can't understand his economic thought without seeing it through the lens of justice, of uplifting marginalized communities.
So things like land reform. Resource redistribution.
Exactly. He supported those, even forms of state socialism, because he saw economic structures as tools to address social inequality. For him, economic planning was social planning in a way.
He saw the link early on, that inequality wasn't just a social problem, but an economic one too.
Yes. You could say he was a pioneer in recognizing that genuine economic progress requires tackling those deep social divides.
So when we look back, the main takeaway isn't just Ambedkar, the Constitution architect. It's also Ambedkar, the economic visionary.
I think that's fair. A key figure in shaping modern India's economic path, always pushing for growth with justice, with dignity, with equality, not just growth for its own sake.
It's quite a legacy.
And what's really striking is how relevant those ideas still feel, His arguments from decades ago about economic justice, social welfare.
They're still central to the debates happening in India today. It really makes you think, doesn't it? How those early ideas about fairness and opportunity laid down by Ambedkar continue to resonate and influence India's path forward. Something definitely to chew on.
Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, The Modern Revolution. This channel is on a mission, a powerful mission, to raise global awareness about the extraordinary life of Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar. His journey wasn't easy. It was filled with struggle, sacrifice, and an unshakable belief in the power of education, equality, and justice. He wasn't just the architect of the Indian Constitution. He was a visionary whose ideas can still ignite change in the hearts of today's youth around the world. Whether you're a student, an activist, a thinker, or just someone hungry for inspiration, Ambedkar's story proves that no obstacle is too big when your vision is strong and your heart is determined. So if you believe in a future built on justice, knowledge, and equality, help us spread his message. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a new episode from this life-changing series. Thanks for watching.